in 3 mode. Of course, the launch was botched. Very, very, very much botched. Players are barely existing. Viewers, I mean, also not that great. But we still keep following it. And I think this is the last puzzle piece, really, that's not out there. And more information come out yesterday night, I think, at around like 1 p.m. or something. So, let's get into this, because we've seen 1-on-1, it wasn't that great. We've seen the campaign, it was atrocious. And now let's see what the 3 versus 3, what did they do? What did they do to the 3 and 3? So, hello everyone. We'll begin by confirming what we've shared in our latest roadmap update. The new 3 and 3 mode is now called Team Mayhem. A name chosen because it embodies the quick, frenetic multiplayer fun that we're aiming for. We're not just calling it 3v3 because it's a significant departure from what you might expect from 3 and 3. I think this is good. Yes. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. That is nice. 2 teams of... That is what you usually expect, right? 2 teams of 3 players fighting under vanilla standard RTS rules. We hope this name captures how different this new mode will be compared to traditional 2 and 2 and 3 and 3, which we can also revisit and support in the future. I think the name is pretty bland, but hey, it's alright. Since work began on Team Mayhem, the Strike team has been conducting multiple internal playtests, I hope so, each week, iterating and experimenting with each test to help refine what the rules and vision for the mode will be ahead of the upcoming alpha playtest. Our objective at this time, as we shared in the first episode of this series, is to stand up a first draft of the mode that is a limited group of players can sink their teeth into for playtesting. We originally considered releasing our first version of Team Mayhem as an open playtest, but we have decided to give the game mode more time to cook, so the initial Team Mayhem closed playtest will be by invitation only and confidential. Okay, I think this is good. I think if they open it up too quickly for too many eyes, they'll be battered again. And everybody loses the last fizzle of hope that they have. So get feedback, implement that feedback, then show it to the public. Right thing to do. 2 thumbs up already for them so far. 2 thumbs up. Our goal is not to have it finished this year, but to begin iterating and polishing with the help of that player feedback so Team Mayhem can be much more fun before release it widely. I think that's the right call. Yes, this is correct. Our goals for Team Mayhem. Team-focused gameplay, start together, end together, short to medium game length, easy to fit multiple. This is good. Loads of positive team play opportunities. Also avoid conflict between teammates. Looking at you, Warcraft 4 and 4. Support hero and sub-faction variety to keep the meta and team comps highly varied. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. But that was always the case. So that's okay, that they're sticking with it. 3rd thumbs up. This is also a thumbs up. This is 4 thumbs up. Working from these goals, our internal design process began with testing a laundry list of core gameplay system and ideas that we are implementing following early prototyping and brainstorming. This enabled us to get a feel of how they held up in practice, as well as how they matched up to our goals for the mode. Here are some of the early rules for the initial Team Mayhem playtest. 2 teams of 3 players start on opposite side of the map. Okay. Each team has a heavily defended base and a very safe starting area. Okay. Your starting structure, headquarter, automatically regenerates the main resource over time and is invulnerable, so there's no knockout via player structure elimination. I think I like this. Each team also shares an allied core structure that is the main win, like a throne. Right? This is like the fountain in Dota, this is like the throne. Creep camps gained victory points and the second resource. Makes sense. Victory points increase the amount of damage your team's units deal to the enemy core. So basically you power up. A major boss creep, Roshan, is located on the map and once defeated will march towards the enemy core to attack it, ignoring units along the way. This sounds like Heroes of the Storm. Okay. This sounds very snowbally. No workers are starting scout units. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Simplify it. Yes! Love it. Eliminated micromanagement of workers. Yes! Ain't nobody got time for that. All building, training, and upgrading is handled through the quick macro panel. Yes, I like that. I think this is good. I think for this mode specifically, this is very good. Like Battle Aces, basically. You can build anywhere within your team's vision. Oi. Okay. That sounds like you can cheese a lot. To make each hero and their hero faction feel distinct, will each be refined down to 5 units, 5 structures, and 5 unit-specific upgrades with a max supply of 100 for initial testing. Oh, okay. So I've been very vocal that I don't want the spam 1,000 units and clash somewhere on the map RTS. I want it more like Warcraft, where you have like 10 to 12 units. So this is really good. This makes me really happy. This one makes me feel like this isn't the original plan. And they do it because the game's performance is not good enough to support more. So I like this. I don't like this. I would like to keep that probably. It depends if it plays that way. Additional upgrades act as tier gates. No top bar abilities. Nice. I don't like top bar abilities really. And you have heroes. Structures can be set to auto train. Nice. I like that. This is just it's optional, right? So helps a lot of new players. More experienced players won't use it. Expansion is limited to 1 structure, similar to the correction lay, which is placed directly on. That's also good. Even though I like big macro games, this should feel more brawly. And then you have like 3 expansions you could attack, right? But maybe this is not right. I don't know. Limits how far one team can get ahead, though. Playtesting, playtesting, playtesting. Nothing helps fuel the quest for fun mode than relentless playtesting. First internal playtests were limited to Amara. This is a hero. So stay focused on the gameplay rather than the balance. Since then, our roster of playable heroes has expanded, but we continue to try to focus as much of our internal feedback and iteration as possible on the mode itself, rather the heroes that fight within it. Makes sense. Looking ahead, our approach to the first external playtest will likely be framed very similarly to how we conduct our internal playtest. Start things off, we'll have a core group of heroes. Each of these characters presents a very different and distinct play style, enabling us to get a feel for players' preference and any community feedback around them. Composition gameplay roles. After that initial public test concludes and we have solidified the core mode rule set and player experience, we'll move to expand the roster to include all of the game's heroes, as well as maybe even some Mayhem exclusive ones. Okay, so far it makes sense. We're finding the fun, but there's plenty of room to improve. Fast-paced, nice. Explosive, nice. Team fights, nice. We also learned there's room for improvement. For example, some dev playtesters found the teching up didn't feel necessary due to some of the starting units being sufficient to carry them through the entire... Ah, mass tier 1. Nice. We love it. Other players were able to find success by spamming static defense. Also not good. Feedback mirrors some of the sentiment we see from players in the live game who feel like tier 1 units are all they need, don't feel strong incentives to tech up. Good reminder for us to ensure that player progress throughout the game. Higher tier units necessarily feel more rewarding and impactful regardless of the game mode. One area, yeah, resource management, like it feels like you don't have to do anything, right? You get the gold, you get automatically, and the lumber you get from killing creeps. Many playtesters doesn't understand how to get it. Others suggested that everyone should receive resources automatically. I wouldn't hate that. Our focus now is on making resource gathering more intuitive by adding clear. I guess this could be done for the entire game, basically. Fun choices and trade-offs. Okay. Another point of economy conflict was the bonus resources provided by clearing creep camps. Players didn't like having to compete with their allies. Oh, that is true. With their allies to gain those bonus resources, so we are responding by adjusting creep camp resource bonuses to automatically be distributed to the whole team rather than exclusive. Okay, cool. So you could have potentially one farmer. Boom time, building and expansion. Our initial freeform approach to building placement and expansion sparked a lot of discussion. I saw that. Some players felt that constructing buildings, especially within their own base, lacked strategic depth. Others found that building expansions offered little in the way of high-stakes decision-making. We had some players who would even completely surround their core with turrets. Oh, nice. Making it slow and unfun slog. Nice. We are now attempting to use level layout to address this issue by creating clearly visible areas of control similar to the Celestial Cascade field. Okay, so like creep. How do I win? Okay, people didn't know how to win. Well, that's bad. Several testers forgot what victory points represented or didn't notice the impact during the game. So the more creeps you kill, the higher your damage is. Players also wanted a clearer understanding of how map control would impact their ability to close the game. Yada yada yada. A lot of fundamental questions were asked, such as do we need a victory point system at all? Why not just play until you blow up the enemy core? That's a good question. We expect this aspect of the mode to be iterated on for quite some time. So they know this is not intuitive and they want to communicate that to people via blog because they don't know if it's the fault of the system or the confusion about the system. I think if people have issues with the system and are confused by the system is flawed. Going into initial testing, we're looking at our primary win condition, destroy the enemy team's core. Some testers also raised concerns about the lack of strong core defenses. This is getting a bit too much detail-y for me. Yeah, this could be a problem, man. If you can just spam static defense, they definitely have to find a way around it. We're exploring adding some amount of limited automated defenses to the core. I like that. Maybe even upgradable. Map could benefit from more action occurring in the middle as creep camps were taken too quickly for the other team. Okay. Core battery power. In the initial iteration, we had a visible progress bar broken into 4 segments. Each segment, when filled, would result in your core firing at the enemy, similar to Major Gull's iron. I have no idea what that is. The first 2 segments, for example, would destroy some of the enemy team's invulnerable automated defenses, which would make... Okay, so it's like a triggered event once you reach a certain amount of victory points. If your team was far ahead, this would offer an opportune time to close out things. We really liked the idea that when games were unclosed, they could be ended quickly. If the struggle was still too close to call, teams could fire additional barrages to make the enemy core more vulnerable. Okay, this is not bad. With a new approach, people can pick up batteries to charge the core. Batteries could be obtained by towers. Oh, this is so detaily. Battery tower. Okay, give me an indicator. I like it. Full, good, empty, bad, nice. Simple and easy. Simple and easy. Hero balance and pacing. People are concerned heroes are too strong. So it's essentially Towers of Doom from HOTS. Oh, I never played HOTS. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me though that they get inspired by that. They'll be very different from how they operate in co-op. We're not reusing the meta progression from 3-player co-op. We decided to keep each hero capped at the same meta progression level, although we are currently testing the mode with level 1 heroes, we may up sending it to level 5 or 10. Just let heroes level. Just let heroes level! Oh, why are all heroes the same level for all players? So, in the co-op, the more you play, the higher the hero levels. That makes sense. Somewhat. But yeah, if you restart the same map all over again, I just let them level. Above all else, we want this mode to be truly fair for everyone and not a pay-to-win experience. Nice. While we move to a different system, feels like the right fit for the game. We believe it's important that all players have access to the heroes they need to create balanced and fair matches. Nice. For our initial external playtest, only 3 heroes will be available, regardless if they have been purchased or not. Well, yeah, good. What does the hero come with? Each hero represents a sub-faction. We'll be able to recruit from a curated selection of units, helping each other to set the heroes apart. So basically a hero gets a certain set of units. Okay, not the entire Infernals, etc. Hero levels have nothing to do with pay to win. They do, because if you didn't buy a hero for co-op, you cannot level higher than level 5. So that would mean then if they don't put this in, this restriction kind of thing, if you bought a hero, you could level up to level 15 or something and then just crush every level 5 hero. So yeah, that's good. Power level was a hot topic. Heroes felt overwhelmingly strong. Abilities were used so frequently that it felt like almost a mostly micro game. At the same time, they wanted more meaningful decision-making moments outside of micromanagement. We're going to address this by reducing the rate of hero mana regeneration and increase the need for players to manage their energy. We don't want to go that far in staff heroes, okay, being able to use their abilities, but we do want ability usage to be a meaningful choice with trade-offs to consider. This was my problem with Heroes of the Storm. It felt like everything is spammable, and I didn't really like that. For example, the core version of Blockade feels like can heal a lot, which feels great when you're playing as him, but feels much worse when you're playing against him. See, Paladin uses, this is how you make us feel. This is how the Pally rifle users make us feel. These changes will be exclusive to Team Mayhem. So, if this is applied to units as well, they have a balance for one-on-one, for co-op, and for Team Mayhem? This is not intuitive. Oh, that is problematic. At one point, it's way easier to balance, right? If you just separate them from the modes. It's also very hard. We are also experimenting with heroes being able to level up! Yes! Using a modified version of our veterancy system. This will enable hero power to grow from the beginning of a match to the end! And reward players for accruing experience through successful play. Finally! 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 As heroes level up, they will gain increase to their health, damage, and abilities, enable them to become much more capable as the game goes on. This should be a hero. This is what a hero is. This is a hero. Make heroes heroes. And this is not the co-op leveling. Yeah. This is the MOBA hero. This is the Warcraft hero. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Finally. Oh, this would be great. This would be great. Yeah, this makes, if this goes through, this game mode is very, very, very interesting to me. One thing we like to achieve is keeping our game from feeling too snowbally. We want players to feel like they should fight hard even after falling behind, because there could be a path for players to come back from a rocky start through skilled play, even when their opponents are at supply or economic advantage. There are many possible ways to potentially accomplish this, and we're working to identify which solution will feel the most fun. Okay, yeah, that's your job. For example, one comeback mechanic might be to temporarily provide the losing team with increased bonus resource for killing creeps. Another might be to charge the losing team's core battery faster, or to enable their slain heroes to respawn quicker. Basically a buyback. We're planning to experiment with multiple different solutions. Yeah, this is cool. This is good. Okay. There will be a closed alpha test, then public later. I mean, obviously it's like RTS crosses into MOBA. I mean, it's very obvious. So RTS created MOBA, and now MOBA is re-influencing RTS. I think this can be a very fun mode, relatively easy to pick up, similar to Battle Aces. You don't have to micro an economy. You don't have to come up with like crazy build orders, when to build a worker, when to send it where, when to build that unit, etc. This sounds like a fun, easy to dive in brawler with heroes that might potentially level, plus some elements like glyphs in Dota. This is the biggest W since they got out since they got out with the game, I think. From a concept perspective. So, yeah, I wasn't really hyped for 3 and 3 before at all. I thought it's just regular one-on-one units, just put heroes in and that's it. I am moderately hyped for Team Mayhem. If they implement it well and it is fun and not frustrating, etc. But 3 things: eliminating annoying things and annoying parts of a gameplay, making it easy to pick up, if they find a way to make it easy to pick up, heroes that level, and it's very different from one-on-one. This is good. This is a thumbs up. That is a W. I lost all hope already, but that is a W, in my opinion.